causes and why we'd like to win the money for this charity.
We want to help provide the disabled and people in need with an enjoyable life where they are treated equally and with respect.
Russell McMillan is the founder of Good Causes. At the age of 8, Russell was diagnosed with diabetes, and unfortunately at the age of 22 he was registered blind. He is sadly completely blind in his right eye and only has 5% tunnel vision in his left eye.
34 years after being diagnosed with diabetes, Russell was finally cured by getting a double transplant on his pancreas and kidney, which also cured his kidney failure. He had to wait 1 year to get a donor, but he had no option as this operation was going to save his life.
Russell knew there were many risks involved, and this was a very difficult time for himself and his family. After a long 8.5 hours of surgery, the doctors thought something had gone wrong with the transplant, and so Russell anxiously waited to see if his body had accepted the new organs.
15 minutes before Russell went in for his check-up, he said to his wife Yvonne, "If I get through this, remember I want to start up a charity." Russell's business plan and charity idea came to him within minutes, and he was frantically writing notes whilst lying in hospital.
It cost £70,000 plus someone passed away for Russell to be given the organs which allowed him to be here today. And so setting up Good Causes is Russell's way of paying back and thanking society.
Good Causes will help anyone in need, whether they are rich, poor, any race or colour, and it doesn't matter how old or young you are, Good Causes will help you.
Good Causes wants everyone in the East Renfrewshire community to come together to show that if everyone works together, they can make a difference, and so they say, love your neighbour.
Good Causes has helped 682 individuals in total. All of this help has been from generous donations from ordinary people like you and I.
They also have major sponsors, such as Eastwood Mearns Taxi, who pay a standing order each month.
They also received a large donation from the Eastwood Rotary Club, who donated £2,000.
Good Causes uses frontline workers, such as people who specialise with special needs children, to make sure that they are providing the child with the correct equipment they need.
Other larger charities may not get back to the person in need for quite some time, but with Good Causes, Russell can get back to you with an answer on that specific day.
There are 5 people who work with Good Causes, and none of these people take a salary. Firstly, we have Russell McMillan, who, as we know, is the founder and volunteers at Good Causes.
Secondly, we have Duncan Dick, who is the chairman.
And thirdly, we have Keith Roberts, who is the company secretary.
We also have Yvonne McMillan, who is Russell's wife and a trustee of Good Causes. And last but not least, Alistair McQueen, who is also a trustee.
Each and every one of these volunteers are passionate about what they do and need to have special skills. They also want to try and encourage everyone to be just as passionate as they are.
Unlike many charities where some percentage of the money that comes in is used for running costs, Good Causes uses 100% of the money that they receive for the people in need. Not one penny goes to operating or running costs.
This charity is also different, as it provides people with goods and services as opposed to providing them with cash. Additionally, when money is donated to the charity, Good Causes will send you a certificate to inform you on how your money was spent and who made a difference to.
If Good Causes won a £3,000 grant, they'd be able to help 15 people and maybe even more. It may not sound like a lot, but this would make a tremendous difference to many people and their families.
Zoe and I are now going to tell you about some of the many things Good Causes has done to make a difference.
In September 2011, clothing was provided for a young teenager who had to move in with a widowed grandparent because her single-parent mother was severely addicted to alcohol, which was putting her child at risk.
Also in September 2011, a computer was given to a teenage boy who had Asperger's syndrome to encourage him to have social interaction and maximise educational achievement.
A wheelchair power pack was provided to help the main carer, a mother in her late 60s with arthritis, to help her adult son in his mid-40s who has multiple sclerosis, which was in August 2011.
In July 2011, a new bed, an anti-allergic pillows, etc. was provided for a teenager who lives with a disabled single parent on benefits after escaping domestic violence from the drug-addicted father.
And last but not least, our computer and home training lessons were provided in April 2011 for a mid-30s adult registered blind with cerebral palsy. We did a lot of volunteer work to help other people in our community.
ER Good Causes has recently been trying to help an 18-year-old boy who has cerebral palsy and cannot communicate verbally. He has just left school and will no longer have access to the equipment he needs to communicate.
So because he is now seen as an adult, he will no longer be given access to the machinery in which he requires. And this is where ER Good Causes has kindly stepped in, to try and provide him with the machinery he needs, as his parents cannot afford it. Matthew George, age 3. He always wanted to ride a bike with his brother, but unfortunately Matthew had no legs. Thanks to ER Good Causes, Matthew was provided with a trike, which he could power using his arms.
Nina Miller. She's a young teenager and is a full-time wheelchair user. She outgrew her seat of the wheelchair, and it cost £18,000 for a new private wheelchair. Thanks to ER Good Causes, who part-funded this, Nina was helped to buy a new private wheelchair.
Siobhan Kenny, age 27. Sadly, Siobhan has cerebral palsy and other complex disabilities, as well as being a full-time wheelchair user. Siobhan had always wanted to be able to stand. Thanks to ER Good Causes, Siobhan was provided with a machine that allows her to stand upright.
This is a young boy with autism. He was extremely stressed, which led to self-harming, and he needed a place to escape and feel safe. Thanks to ER Good Causes, he was provided with a set of swings in his back garden, which would calm him down instead of being physically restrained.
This little boy you see on the screen just now is my little brother. He has Down syndrome and he is the reason we are so passionate about this.
I also have close family and friends who have other disabilities, and this is why myself and Zoe want to make a difference.
In the past, I have done many things to try and raise money for people with special needs, and I would like to continue doing this for as long as I can. This has been an amazing opportunity for both Jade and I. We have both learned a lot during this experience, and we'd like to thank YPI for allowing us to have it.